We've got a new mechanic called Shadow, and these heroes are very different. Instead of an ultimate gauge, they've got a shadow gauge. And I don't believe things like the Hourglass are going to be able to enhance their shadow gauge to be able to get their ultimate, because once their shadow gauge is to 100, then they can do their ultimate ability. There's a lot of testing we're going to do over the next few days and on stream, but as Palta, when I had her against the test dummy, it looked like every time she did a basic ability, she would get a shadow increase. So these guys don't need something like the Hourglass because they're all helping each other get their shadow gauge up faster, and I think they can get their ultimate quicker than normal heroes. Anyone with a shadow tag will always have this passive ability. Dealing damage grants shadow energy. When the hero has enough shadow energy, they can then do their ultimate ability. That's why a faster attack speed will get us to our ultimate much quicker. As the battle starts, grants 100 stacks of Heart of Hate to all shadow allies. Lose 1 stack of this status every 1 second. So it's 50% additional damage for your whole entire team, but this does run out. It will not come back. So you get that boost in the beginning. It seemed like it lasts for quite a while, but then it falls off and you won't have it for longer fights. But still, 50% additional damage just off of a passive for your whole entire team, or shadow people, is really strong. Her battle skill throws a dagger at one enemy, and then anybody around them takes additional damage. You get 10 shadow energy for each enemy hit, and gain an additional 200% shadow energy when casting this skill for the first time. Grants 20 shadow energy to all shadow allies, strikes the enemy within range 3 times. Ignore 50% of the enemy's defense. 20 shadow energy to everyone. Now, it doesn't say we're getting shadow energy when she hits, but we are. From that passive, anytime we deal damage, I believe it's just 10 shadow energy. I don't know why it doesn't say it. It says that we get shadow energy. I wish it would tell us an amount, but I bet if I just did 10 basic attacks and we count it, we'd have the ultimate ready to go. Daphne's pretty cool. She possesses a hero and makes them stronger, and this guy turns into a demon. The rest of these are okay, and I was hoping this rare would be better, but she's, maybe she'll surprise me. We got to do some damage testing, and we'll do that tomorrow on stream. Here we have an attack increase in dungeons. The hero gains an additional 20% shadow energy. Also, if the hero possesses a target, when gaining shadow energy, the possessed target gains the same amount of shadow energy. Randomly attacks 3 targets, gain 10 shadow energy for each enemy hit. This skill can be cast when possessing an ally. And I tested this on the dummy. It looks really cool. She's got like some kind of orb in the background, and then she possesses that target. So the whole time, she's gaining shadow energy, plus giving it to the possessed target, and then also able to do her battle skill, and then increasing that possessed target's attack by 35%, giving them additional damage here to all enemies nearby. Whatever allies possess for 15 seconds, and that's not every 20 seconds, because it could be faster than that. We have to get up to 100 shadow energy. However quickly we can do that, they're going to get 35% of Daphne's attack, heal back 8%, deal additional damage to nearby enemies, then still get shadow energy and still cast this battle skill and get additional shadow energy whenever she gets shadow energy. That would be really strong, probably on this guy right here, because I think this guy is going to have the highest damage overall. Maybe it's going to be this first one here. If she's really getting to her ultimate quicker, 45% additional damage in arena, and then here's where he's going to gain a crazy amount of additional damage because he gets these permanent stacks of host imprint every 50 shadow he obtains, up to 5 stacks. That's 50% additional critical damage and 25% defense penetration. We're talking something like Total Nan. All that damage that she can get, Total Nan, the lizard, the fire one, because she gets 100% additional critical damage, plus she has crit rate, 20% already given to her, makes it to where she can do insane damage. This guy's going to get 50% critical damage, 25% defense penetration, and I think that's going to add up to a lot of additional damage. Plus he does damage here, and then if he's in demon form, he does even more damage to enemies 2 tiles from him instead, because he goes melee, and then he gains 20 shadow energy. So when he's not in demon form, when he doesn't do his ultimate, he's in a caster ranged casting ability. Then when he casts his demon form for that ultimate, he jumps forward and he's in this beast mode. It's pretty cool looking, actually, and he does a lot more damage, it looks like, in that. Transforms into a demon at the designated location. While in demon form, the hero gains 50% attack speed, 20% damage reduction, and he cannot be targeted. Not single target attacks, AoE sure, And then his basic attack turns into this crazy damage. Now, if this is truly his basic attack, this would be insane damage. The hero consumes 10 shadow energy every second in demon form until he runs out. Now, we could have Daphne on him in that possession, giving him even more shadow energy whenever she does her moves. We could have her over here giving the whole team shadow energy. And I think this guy would do, I mean, critical damage, defense penetration of 25%, critical damage of 50. He's in demon form. And if a basic attack splashes on enemies around the target, that's crazy damage. For a basic attack, doesn't even make sense, man. I'm having trouble computing that right now. And then he's going to do 600% attack damage on this battle skill, 2 tiles around the hero. We're going to have to definitely playtest this guy. I think this guy's going to be pretty broken. I'm praying for some good epics and rares here. Whenever an enemy dies, the hero gains 10 shadow energy, fires a ball that bounces 6 times, grants 5 shadow energy, I guess every target hit, strikes enemies within range, with each strike consuming 20 shadow energy and dealing damage. During a single cast of this skill, each strike increases the damage of the subsequent strike by 10% up to 10 times. I guess 3x3, if this can hit hard enough, it could be an interesting skill. So once we get that ultimate maxed out, it then goes down while he's doing this, much like the demon form. And I guess we could get some good damage in here. We'll have to really test that to see about it. 3x3, so you know somewhere, whenever we're using shadows, if we need to do a little AoE, that'll be good to use. This guy's pretty cool. It doesn't have the shadow jargon, but I think it's just missing. But he does 4% max HP whenever the hero's skill deals damage to enemies. Skills, I guess they're meaning the battle skill and the ultimate. But 4% of max HP could be really cool. He's got decent HP, but I don't think we're going to build him HP. He does attack damage here, attack damage there. Within range, ignores 30% of the enemy's defense. When this skill hits 2 or more enemies, then gains shadow energy. Okay, that's not cool. I don't like having to... We're still going to gain shadow energy anytime we deal damage, but we're not going to get that extra if there aren't multiple enemies out there. Strikes enemies within range 3 times, each strike dealing 240. Again, this guy doesn't have an additional... You know, when we read all the legendaries, every time they did damage, it seemed like they gained additional shadow energy above and beyond the normal we get for dealing damage. This guy doesn't seem to have a lot of that, and he's melee. So you know he's going to die pretty quickly. We'll have to see how he works out. Guy's got defense and arena. When gaining shadow energy, 30% of the obtained shadow energy goes to a shadow ally. So he looks like an enabler. Cast 3 times. Each time, the hero gains 20 shadow energy. Strikes enemies within range 3 times, each strike dealing damage, and granting all shadow allies 10 shadow energy. That's 30 shadow energy there, plus whenever he gains shadow energy, which he will be gaining 30 himself, grants 30% of the obtained shadow energy to shadow allies. He's going to gain quite a lot, 60 shadow energy here. I mean, this guy's just like a shadow energy producer to make sure everybody gets to their battle skills and their ultimate faster. Please let this rare be good. Can it be like Sigrid good? Okay, below Sigrid, somewhere around there. Grants 20% attack up to all allies for 5 seconds upon hero's ultimate skill fully recharges. Okay, this is nice that it's not just shadow guys. This gives 20% up to everybody on the team, so I can dig that. Slashes twice, dealing damage, gains 30 shadow energy. That's 60 shadow energy for this rare. Maybe not each hit. Slashes an enemy twice, each slash dealing damage. Okay, I don't think she gets 60. I think she only gets 30. If she gets 60, that would be kind of cool. Release shadow energy to strike the target location 3 times with a 50% chance to ignore 25% of the target's defense. I'm not sold on her yet, but I'm hoping she's good. Let's go over to the dummy really quick so you can see how their ultimate gauge, their shadow gauge goes up. I want to put him here. I'm hoping she will possess him in his demon form, and that would be really nice to give that demon form additional shadow energy so he'll stay in demon form longer. And he'll do more damage, which he's already supposed to do a boatload of damage off his basic ability. Okay, there he went into demon form. She actually possessed our other girl. She didn't possess the demon. Now it's just the two of them. She'll definitely possess him, but we can't really see the damage until we're on stream tomorrow. Once we do that tomorrow morning and like 12 hours from now, we're going to see some crazy damage. I guarantee it. She's possessing him. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, we can't tell. There's such small numbers. I just don't even see anything really happening here. But I do see that his ultimate gauge is going down. And of course, it's increasing quite a bit there. So I feel like he stayed in demon form for quite a while. But I do feel like that an attack speed increase is going to be one of the strongest things on these heroes. Because every time I see him attacking in demon form, I just keep seeing his ultimate gauge increase. And it's like that for all of them. I'm just reading off the passive in general. It's like that. So if we can attack faster, we can get that shadow increase faster. We can get to our battle skill, where a lot of these battle skills give us shadow energy. So we can then get to our ultimate faster. And we're going to need that attack speed. Guaranteed we're going to need that attack speed. That's all the shadow people. Let me know your favorite one down below, what you like the most about these guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you all in a video soon.